Welcome back to the Tracie Trendy Show, my lovelies. It's another day, it's another dollar, and it's some foolery going down on Love After Lockup. My loves, first on the docket is Zariah and Troy. I took copious notes. 4 days out, and finally Troy gets to see his daughter. But oh no, it doesn't go that smoothly because Zariah comes out of a bag on him. And that caused him to just walk on out the door. But Zariah feels as if Troy downplayed her emotions and walked out, even though, even though she literally told him to pack up his shit and keep moving. So he did that for 6 hours. Well, he didn't pack up, but he just walked out for 6 hours. And do I feel sorry for Troy? Heck no. Heck no. You know why? Because Zariah is bipolar and he told her not to take her meds. So that's what he gets. That's what he gets. But anyway, they make amends. They hit the road to Buffalo. And I don't see any gifts for the little girl. I don't see any gifts. Now, mind you, Zariah made sure Troy passed along a gift to her son. And I'm getting a sneaking suspicion that she only wants him to be the father to one child, and that is her child only. Just saying. Now, moving on to True and Shantae. This is 3 months now, little over 3 months. Now, True fears that he's going back to the pokey because he wasn't following the rules. He wasn't living at his mother's house. And now he has to report to his PO and to see what his fate is. And he thinks he's going back to the pokey. Well, apparently he does not have to be sent to the pokey. He gets he gets another reprieve and he gets house arrest. And Shantae feels a certain way because he didn't ask to be paroled to her house. He asked to be paroled to another woman's house. It wasn't Shantae. And she's sitting up in there and like didn't ask the question. If he wasn't gonna ask it, it was sitting in her head. She should have asked, can he be paroled to my house? And she knows deep down he doesn't want to be paroled to her house. That's why she's faking that pregnancy. Not the second time she said she was pregnant with twins. And she knows that she ain't gonna rock the boat because she don't want to hear the real reason that he doesn't like her like that. She is just a safety net, insurance for him. And if I were her, I would have told him, you get that other woman to roll you up to your PO. I'm not gonna drive hours on end just for you to stay at another woman's house. I'm not. No, no. Now moving on to Hope and Arthur. Now Hope invites Arthur to meet her family. This is 10 weeks out when he was in prison, but he's had a shaky role here because he had a mental breakdown and he's trying to get therapy and blah, blah, blah. Now he has to have his family roast him. And she sits there and I'm like, did you not know that this man is a con? And no one's standing in line to hire him. And she picked this guy, and she always picks losers. So there you have it. But for them to be all over him, telling him, what do you got? What do you have? I'm like, what do you expect for a man who just rolled out of the joint? I don't understand. But here's a tip, my loves. He's out of the pokey. He got arrested allegedly, supposedly for pow-powing Hope with a apparently that's been tossed out and he is now a free man. Now there are some other charges because he shouldn't have a gun as a felony, so he has some more charges to do, but the judge did toss that out. Apparently Hope shot herself, apparently. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I hope he stay far away from these women and get his life straight and go home to his mother or somebody, but he does not need to be laying up on their woman because it doesn't work out right for him. Now, moving on to Bianca and Daniel. This dodo bird is mad that Daniel's cousin told him to lay off on marrying someone he's never met in person. This girl acts like she was just born yesterday. I don't understand. She needs to get a job and stop spending her little money that she got in settlement because Because I don't understand. She's so she seems like she doesn't have a care in the world, and she needs to have some concern because she's moving in a man who has addiction issues, crime. She's moving in with a felon who's never had his life straight. And his cousin was trying to get, want his goal was to get Daniel to move in with him and help him integrate back into society. But Bianca never thinks. All she thinks is, "Oh, I can drink." And why does she pick an addict? When somebody was drinking and almost cost her life, why did she choose an addict to pen pal? I don't understand it. And to want to drink around one, you could have found a man who didn't have an addiction. And because this man is prone to addiction, it doesn't make any sense. This girl is a straight dodo bird. Moving on to Julian and Christine. This is 1 month out. Now I'm thinking that this is coming towards the time where they get Julian gets arrested, because I did a video earlier about them getting arrested for shoplifting. So it'll be interesting. I think the cameras were around when this happened, but right now Christine looks like she's on a good foot. She's working and she wants to nourish her talent of comedy. But Julian, he ain't feeling it. He wants her to work extra shifts. He claims, "Oh, it's just going to be, I don't want people making you sad. You don't get the laughs and blah, blah, blah. And you might, get back to addiction and all that." And he tells her to take another shift. And I'm like, at this point, Julian, you're interviewing, great, but you also need to take some kind of job, any little weenie job to keep the money flowing in as well. Keep interviewing, keep working. But in the meantime, to tell her that she can't do her little comedy act when it's just a couple of hours, I think that's unfair. Now, moving on to Kim and Joey. 2 weeks. This man got a car. He done spent over $2,000 of this woman's money, and he's texting some other chick. And then when Kim finds out, this blows up in her face. And this is supposed to be the day of their engagement party, and he just flies off with the phone that she paid for, as well as the car, as well as the rims. I would have been like, "Oh, hell to the no." I would have stopped that damn phone and I would have taken those rims off, come hell or high water. But we shall see. We shall see what happens of Kim and Joey. As of the recording of this video, they are still together. Maybe Kim's a sugar mama, maybe not. I don't know. But Joey should be out there looking for a job. But it's only been 2 weeks, so moving on to LaShonda and Keith. Now, I mean, how do I say LaShonda? Letitia and Keith. Now, Letitia breaks the news that Keith won't come home as soon as they thought. Now, this breaks her youngest daughter's heart. She's just sobbing, and the oldest one's like, "I'm over this shit. I'm just over it." And also, Letitia announces that they will need to get a new home, and she thinks they should leave the state because she blamed the landlord that didn't have his shit right. So there you have it. And the oldest daughter is like, "Okay, been to this rodeo before." So at this point of the show, my loves, we always talk about the winners and the losers. We have Zariah and Troy. Who is the loser? This is a tough one. Very tough. I would have to say it's Zariah is a loser. She didn't get her way because he's still gonna see his daughter. So Zariah loses because I think she doesn't want him to see not only the baby mama, but not and the daughter. She don't want him seeing any of that. So I'm gonna say Zariah is the loser. True and Shantae, of course, Shantae is the loser. So the score is 2-0 cons. Imagine that. Hope and Arthur. I think Arthur loses on this end because Hope she sent him down to a firing squad with all those questions her sister was asking this man that they know is just a repeat offender, and like basically he's institutionalized and had a mental breakdown. What do they expect? So Arthur's the loser. Score 2-1 cons. Bianca and Daniel. This is very interesting because so far Daniel has not been released from prison and Bianca has not a care or worry in the world. So who is winning? My goodness. I'm just going to give it to Bianca only because she's on the screen. All right. So 2-2 tie. Julian and Christine. I'm going to give this to, well, Christine. She finally, she does a little comedy act without Julian. She's not losing, I don't think. Uh, she's not jumping at Julian's whim. So I'm going to give that to Christine. So we have 3-2 cons. Kim and Joey. Well, we already know Joey's winning. He got the car and the phone and the spending the money. He got the credit cards, everything. So that is what we have. 3-2 cons, and I'm going to say 4-2 cons. And now we have Letitia and Keith. Keith is losing, LaShonda's losing, so it's a draw for there. So, but overall, the cons have won again. Surprise, surprise, my loves. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. What do you guys think of that? Drop a line below. Subscribe if you have not subscribed, because you're not going to get this commentary anywhere else. Hit that like button. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, as well as drop a line, and I'll catch you all out on the flip side.